dreamers gone? Or have we all just gotten lazy? Something's got to give. There won't be much life left to live. Please send a sign from up above. And if I gotta choose, I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. Ooh, something strange is in the air. Seems that everybody's changing, and I can't find no faith anywhere. Seems it's been replaced with raging. Something's got to give. There won't be much life left to live. Please send a sign from up above. And if I gotta choose, I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate.
Welcome back to the Progressive Action TV show. Thanks for joining us. Had a little issue, but thanks for joining us. If you're watching, please do me a favor because I'm not going to have the time to do it right now. Could you please share out the show? If you're watching, first of all, thanks to everyone who watches us. Thanks to the people who watch us on YouTube. Thanks for the people who watch us on Twitter. Thanks to everyone who watches us on Facebook. If you're watching on any one of those platforms, share them out the best way that you know how to. Now, we're going to jump straight into it this time. Next Wednesday, we are having our Do Like Vigil. This Do Like Vigil is for all the MTA workers who died from COVID. We don't care if you worked for ATU. We don't care if you worked for Long Island Railroad or Metro North. We don't care if you was a supervisor, a manager. We don't care if you liked us or not. We still want to honor you. We want to provide your family with a plaque that looks something like this. It's going to have the person, our coworker who died, name on it. The family take the plaque home and do whatever they want with it. But the Do Like Vigil is next Wednesday, August 26th at 6 p.m. sharp. 6 p.m. sharp. We have a host of politicians coming to speak. We are looking forward to honoring the lives of our co-workers who died from COVID. And we're also having a special memorial for train operator Garrett Goebel. We are also celebrating his life. He didn't die from COVID, but he died being a hero in a train fire that happened during this whole COVID situation. So we're going to do our best to honor everyone. We could get plaques made for everyone. Right now we have about 30 families. If you know anyone who died from COVID and you are in contact with their family member and they work for the MTA, please have them contact us. We want them to come get the plaque and take it home and we want to show our appreciation that their name will live on with us. And this is not political. We don't care if you like us. We don't care if you don't like us. We not going there to bash the MTA. We not going there to bash the union. It's not about that. It's about our coworkers who have passed away, and we're going to do it, and we're going to do it right. So if you know someone who passed away once again and they work for the MTA and you have a connection or contact with their family, get in contact with someone from Progressive Action so we can get in contact with them and get them a plaque made. Also, October 10th, 2020, we are having our second Jericho March. The first one we had in New York. We marched from Cadman Plaza, downtown Brooklyn, across the Brooklyn Bridge, all the way to City Hall. And we basically had a concert, a church concert, or church in front of City Hall. This was never done before. And it was an excellent, excellent service. And we looking to replicate that in DC on October 10th, 2020. So if you're interested in being involved with that, please contact me. So for anyone who's been paying attention lately, it has been very crazy with this whole presidential, stuff. Trump is acting a fool as always. Biden picked Kamala Harris to be his VP. Now, as much as I don't agree with, Biden or Kamala and Trump, Biden and Kamala may be, if you want to go with the popular vote, may be our best choice, or will be our best choice, because Trump is just running wild and crazy. And you also have a Green Party, an independent party, and we are trying to set up a interview with them in the near future so we can hear about their platform. But here in New York City, the NYPD decided to endorse Trump. Now, this isn't really a surprise because the way Pat Lynch is the PBA president, the way he operates like a Trump. So him coming out really endorsing Trump wasn't of no surprise. But I would like to know how the police officers feel who don't support Trump. Did Pat Lynch take a survey and ask who should we support for these presidential elections? Because this is the truth about unions. Your union reps represent you. And if he represents you, it's telling me that the NYPD is actually supporting Trump for president. And when I say the NYPD, I mean the members, because a union is really the members. And then you elect reps to represent the best interest of those members. I would like to hear from NYPD. Did you guys co-sign that? Did you guys co-sign Pat Lynch endorsing Trump, or did Pat Lynch endorse Trump on his own? Or maybe asking a few officers, did he survey the membership to ask them, hey, do you guys support Trump, or should we support Trump? Let's get into the video of Pat Lynch supporting Trump and giving him the NYPD endorsement. Check this out.
I have 36 years on this job, 21 as the president of this fine organization. I cannot remember when we've ever endorsed for the office of President of the United States until now. That's how important this is. Mr. President, we're fighting for our lives out there. We don't want this to spread to the rest of the country. We need your strong voice across the country to say we have the support of law enforcement across this country. Now, many times people say that a union like ours, law enforcement groups, give endorsements. Not in the New York City PBA, sir. In the New York City PBA, Mr. President, you earned the endorsement, and you've earned this endorsement. I'm proud to give it. I have 36.
Get the fuck out of here!
I would like to ask Pat Lynch, how did President Trump earn your endorsement? Because Trump didn't do anything for NYPD. Trump don't even do anything for the workers in the wage class of police officers. So what strong voice are you talking about Trump having? Because Trump's entire platform is about attacking others, not what he's doing, but attacking others. And Trump supporters support Trump not because of what he did for them, but because of how he attacks people who they don't like either. Because Trump is magical. Trump speaks to racist people's souls. They don't care if they poor, they don't care if they rich. Trump brings them all out and empower these races. We haven't seen so much anarchy, so much disgust, so much vile life going on around here in the United States until Trump became president, because he empowers people in their racism. And this is a fact. Now, another problem I have with that is that my union president, Tony Utano, decided to support Pat Lynch a couple of months ago. And he was supporting Pat Lynch about the PBA feeding transit workers. Now, this is kind of insane. This is pretty insane. Why would Local 100 need a helping hand from the PBA to feed their members? This union collects $30 million a year in union dues from the members. $30 million. There is no reason why we should be asking for a helping hand from the PBA to feed members. I mean, the disrespect, the way that this ties in and the disrespect involved with it is off the charts. We seen how Pat Lynch reacted to the whole Eric Gardner situation. He blamed the death on Eric Gardner. He supported the officers. They tried to make Eric Gardner to this big bad guy. And this officer basically killed Eric Gardner after he said he couldn't breathe. And Pat Lynch supported that killing. Now, what's ironic about this whole entire thing is that Eric Gardner's mother at the time was a train operator, and his sister, right now as we speak, is a bus operator. And Eric Gardner's cousin, I think his name is Michael Gardner, is in diversity. He runs like the diversity part of the MTA. So for Tony Utano to stand next to Pat Lynch when Pat Lynch blamed your member son, your member brother death on his own self, after we seen it with our own eyes, to stand next to that man is total disrespect. It's total disrespect. And I mean, this is what we dealing with. People don't care about I'm gonna say this. I'm not even gonna make it broad. Tony Utano do not care about people of color. This is without a doubt. We seen him react different when the black conductor almost got killed last year. We seen how he reacted different when the Italian female got punched in the eye, and you know, now all the violence have to stop. We see how they react to the discipline here. Tony Utano, you got to understand this. Somebody don't have to call you the N-word or the S-word for you to think that they're racist. You could just look at their actions. Action speaks louder than words. Don't think that people are so foolish now that they have to call you the N-word and you say that they're racist or whatever the case is. You have to pay attention to their actions. What Pat Lynch defended is unforgivable too. And that's how we should move. Yes, Pat Lynch stick up for his workers. He fight for his workers from what we see. And I must admit, I was blinded by that at one time too. The things that Pat Lynch is fighting for and defending his members for is the stuff that's affecting the black community. He's defending his workers for choking out Eric Gardner and killing him. There's no difference from what that officer in Missouri, or Missouri-dale, Minnesota, with George Floyd. There's no difference. It's all of a sudden the NYPD saying, oh, that's bad. You guys had your own situations with the same exact situation, basically. So you guys are not innocent out of all of this. This is crazy. And then for the NYPD to support Trump, policing is about to turn up. These officers who support Trump and believe in Trump, and Trump made it seem like I got you guys back, they about to turn up. They are about to turn up and get crazy on us. They're about to turn up and get crazy on us. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. Let me see. Oh, also, with Utano, and this is sad that he would pull a stunt like this. Let me get to it in my phone. This is posted on the union website, of course, and they basically trying to play politics with the deaths of our co-workers who died from COVID. Now, everyone know that Progressive Action was planning a vigil for our co-workers. No politics. We're not mentioning the MTA. We're not mentioning the union. We're not mentioning anything. This is about our co-workers and honoring their lives and celebrating their lives. Utano decided to take it to the union website and basically denounce our vigil, without saying it. He's saying, it's not enough to simply have a one-time event with speeches and candles to celebrate our brothers and sisters, right? And I'm paraphrasing a little bit. But why are you playing politics with our brothers and sisters' lives? This is not a competition. We're not competing to say, we're doing a rally to do this, or we doing a vigil. We not competing with you guys. This is not the time and place to compete. If you want to compete, you should have been competing when it was time to hand out those masks. You should have been competing when it was time to stop the service when the workers was dying. You want to compete? You should have been competing and holding Cuomo accountable when he needed to be held accountable for their lies about how this virus was spreading and what was happening to us transit workers. If you want to compete with that. Do not turn this into a competition, because we not in this for no competition. This is sad and sickening that you're deciding to play politics with our co-workers' lives. What you trying to have a one-up on us for? You ain't care when we was dying. You was hiding out at your house with your family. You ain't care. Now all of a sudden you care. You want to know what? We wouldn't have to put up a memorial or having these vigils if you would have stood up and stood 10 toes down. But you want to be a punk to Cuomo. You want to be a punk to Pat Foy. This is what we get. There wouldn't be no need for no memorial or saying that it's not simply enough for a vigil and all this other stuff if you would have stood up like a man and represented your members instead of representing Cuomo. You are a coward, a sensitive coward at that. I really don't understand. Like this make me so upset because, oh man. It's making me so upset, man. So upset. Everything that we suffered here going through this virus, these past 5 months have been rough for us. Our union left us in the dark and the cold. Let me put back up that picture because I wanna also talk about how they take their safety serious and not ours. Look at that picture. Look how they social distance. They not making sure we like that in our crew rooms. They not making sure we like that and when we in our bus depots. They not making sure that we like that when we moving these buses and trains and working on these platforms. They not making sure we like that. But for their safety, look how far they went. Before the E-board had the meeting, they had to get their temperatures checked. Where's that for us? This union leadership do not care about anyone but themselves. You see the precautions that they take for themselves, where's the precautions for us? Are they going to crew rooms to make sure social distancing is being observed? Are they riding these buses to make sure that social distancing is observed? Are they on these crowded platforms to make sure social distancing is observed? They only care about themselves. And man, this makes me so upset. So upset. And this is what a strong union is doing. This is the UFT. The UFT tweeted this today. They said, if we feel that a school is not safe, we are prepared to go to court and take action. If a court determines we are breaking the Taylor law, so be it. UFT President Mulgrew. Look what the teachers union is doing. What was Utano saying during this whole time when it was time for us to work unsafe? They didn't write anything to Cuomo. They didn't write anything to Pat Foy regarding safety and challenging the Taylor law for their members' health and safety. Where was ours at? Y'all got to open up your eyes and see what's going on here. This man don't care about us. And it's not him. It's the system that he's a part of. This Stand United system, they all guilty. Every single officer is guilty that did not stand up for the members' health and safety to stop service. I don't want to hear anything else beyond that. Not one officer challenged management during this entire pandemic. The UFT president said, if we have to go against the Taylor law, then so be it. Utano don't care about us. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then now what the MTA is doing. The MTA is about to ramp up service. They about, let me bring this on the screen. They're about to resume collecting fares on the buses. So what does that mean? The bus operator is going to be put in direct danger now. Where's the union at on this? Where they been at these past couple of months? Why not keep the buses free? Or you want to know what? You ain't got to keep the buses free. Have the fares be paid off the bus. Put that Omni machine in the back of the bus. Get the fare payment away from the bus operator. Let him keep that front section clear. The union didn't say anything about that. Why? Because they don't care about you. They do not care about you. And if they cared about you, this wouldn't be here at all. You see that? A shower curtain is protecting the bus operator. Now, this is the irony of this whole thing. The curtain is supposed to be closed while passengers are coming on the bus. And when the bus start moving, the bus operator have to pull back that curtain so they could drive and see their mirrors. Now, who's coming up with these silly ideas? Do they not know when a bus operator is driving a bus that passengers come up to the bus operator to ask questions? Do they think that moving back the yellow line, that customers is going to respect that? Before any of this happened, that yellow line meant nothing. It meant nothing. You think it's going to mean something now? Ask any bus operator while they bus is in motion how many times a passenger come up to them while they bus is in motion to ask them a question. Ask them. So what are they to do? What are they to do? You putting them in direct danger. And another thing is, the ventilation on buses are not safe. They're not talking about that. They are not talking about that. It's not safe. Now look at this right here. Look at this, because you're going to probably have some operators who's only going to feel safe driving with the shower curtain closed. What's ironic about this picture right here is that there's a bus operator sitting in that seat and you can't see them. And if you can't see them, that means that they can't see you and they can't see their mirrors. This thing is a accident waiting to happen. This is an accident waiting to happen. And if the union cared about this, they would have shut this down. This is a silly idea. This is an idea that shows that the union is more concerned with transit fares than they are of the safety and health of workers. And to make it clear, if the workers' health and safety is at risk, then the passengers' health and safety is at risk. If we aren't safe, then the passengers aren't safe. But you want to know what? They don't care. They do not care. I mean, and I'm gonna show y'all this right here. This is what we dealing with in our break rooms. I'm gonna play this video. This is what we going through in our break rooms. Look how nasty this is. This is in subways. This is at 207th Street on the mezzanine, at the mezzanine lunchroom. Check this out. Look how nasty this is. This is right next to the lunch table. Right next to the lunch table. Now, this particular line, I've been getting calls about this line and the supervision on this line for the past 2 years. This line is more concerned about writing people up than the health and safety of members. Why wasn't this handled yet? Management don't care about our health and safety. They only care about disciplining us. That's all they know how to do. That's why when Superintendent Staccato, what he did, he bought food for the workers during a couple of weeks ago for this whole COVID thing. I took a liking to it because that's not happening around here. It's not happening around here. So you take consideration to things like that. You look at things like that and say, hey, you know what? That's dope. That's dope. But that line in particular, that line is a problem line when it comes to supervision. And this is how they got us living. Now, speaking of supervision, let me clear something out real quick. Speaking of supervision, we go get to the main topic. Now, I want to explain something to you guys on how I function and how I work. I like to go through things for myself, to experience things for myself. So when I decide to fight something, I can speak from experience. Because to be honest with you, a lot of the stuff that I fight for down here, I'm not really affected by it. I fight other people's battles, and I have no problem with that.